Hello students, welcome to online classes of Geography of class 11. This is my fourth class of your chapter number 3, Drainage. Now in the previous classes we discussed about the two main drainage system, Himalayan drainage and Peninsular drainage, and in the previous class I discussed about that there are two categories of the Peninsular drainage, one that drains towards Arabian Sea and another one that drains towards Bay of Bengal. So in this class, the topics that I am going to discuss today, which are the rivers which is coming under the category of west flowing peninsular rivers and which are the rivers that comes under the category of east flowing peninsular rivers. And then I am going to discuss the exercise questions of your book NCERT, that is India Physical Environment. Now let us move to the first topic of discussion. Now you have notice that the two main rivers that drains towards Arabian Sea are Narmada and Tapi. Now they are having very common features. Now what are those common features? Number one, both of them originates from Central Highland. Number two, they flow through Rift Valley. Number three, the Rift Valley has developed due to the faulting. Number four, both of them makes estuary near their mouth. So as they are having even their stretch, their type of that is what we can say, the tributaries that they are having, the number of the tributaries and the pattern along with the tributaries they are making, all are same. Now both the rivers make the trellis pattern, and river Narmada originates from Amarkantak and river Tapi originates from Multai, part of Betol districts of Madhya Pradesh, and Amarkantak is also situated in Madhya Pradesh. So both are originating from that Vindhyan Satpura ranges a bit in between, that is in the state of Madhya Pradesh. So as so many similarities are there, thus both the rivers are considered as twin river of peninsular India. They are considered as twin rivers of peninsular India. So in this way we can say that the two main rivers that drain towards Arabian Sea, they are termed as twin rivers. Now let us move to the features of the peninsular, that is the west flowing peninsular rivers. Now the features are there from where they are originated, which are the straits they are draining out, what is the source, what are the tributaries, how they meet, and then towards which part they drain it out. Now you can see that this is the part of Chhattisgarh and here it is Amarkantak. This is the zone of Amarkantak. Here, from here river Narmada originates and drain towards Arabian Sea, and this is the Betol district of Madhya Pradesh, from where river Tapi originates and then it drains towards Arabian Sea. So the sources, the draining areas, the total length, its tributaries, there is nothing to explain in these things. You have to learn the name of the tributaries, you have to learn the total stretch of the that is the drainage system of river Narmada and Tapi. As a result, I am not reading out the same thing which is there in the slide. I am proceeding to the next, that is east flowing peninsular river. Now similarly the east flowing peninsular rivers are also having that same categories, that their source, their total stretch, from where they are originating, which are the states they are draining, and to which part they are orienting out, that is Bay of Bengal. Now one thing that I am going to explain is related to the number one, we are having the name of the rivers are Godavari, Mahanadi, Krishna, Kaveri. Now Godavari is considered as the Dakshin Ganga of peninsular India. It is termed as Dakshin Ganga. So why it is termed as Dakshin Ganga? It is termed as Dakshin Ganga because it is having a large stretch like that of Himalayan Ganga or Northern Ganga, and their drainage basin is comparatively large in respect to all the other rivers which is present in the southern part of our country. So because of these two reasons, the Ganga River is considered as Dakshin Ganga. Okay, that is not Ganga River, sorry, Godavari is considered as Dakshin Ganga. Now just look into the map where it is clear that which are the rivers which comes under the category of this east flowing peninsular river. Now you can see already some are been marked out with the red and I have repeated with the black. This is the first one which is there, and just zooming it out, you can see this is the first one. This is Subarna Rekha. The first is Subarna Rekha, then comes Brahmini, then it is Mahanadi originating from here and draining towards this Orissa. Then we are having Godavari. After that we are having Krishna along with its tributary. Then it is there for Periyar River, and then it comes Kaveri. This is Kaveri. So all these rivers, you can see all these circles that is being made out over here. 1, 2, these circles 3, then 4. All these are showing that they make their deltas near the mouth. But if we see Narmada and Tapi here, they don't make any deltas. If we see Narmada and Tapi, this is Narmada and this is Tapi, where they do not make any deltas near their mouth. No deltas are over here, they are forming estuary. Okay, so these are related to the peninsular rivers, east flowing peninsular rivers. Now let us move to the exercise questions. Now the exercise questions which are there, first multiple choice question, which one of the following rivers was known as Sorrow of Bengal? That is Damodar. Number 2, which one of the following has the largest river basin in India? That is River Ganga. Number 3, which one of the following river is not included in Panchanad? That is Indus. Now Indus is not included in Panchanad, then which are the 5 rivers that makes Panchanad? That is the tributaries of river Indus, the plain tributaries of river Indus, namely Satluj, Jhelum, Beas, Chenab and Ravi. These are the 5 that is the plain tributaries of river Indus. They makes the that is the Panchanad. Then the river that drains through the Rift Valley is river Narmada. Then comes where Alaknanda and Bhagirathi meet, that is Dev Prayag. Now difference between river basin and watershed. Difference between river basin and watershed. Now I am just proceeding with the that is the whiteboard where it is mentioned already, river basin and watershed. This is watershed. River basin and watershed. Now you can see river basins are there for all type of physiography. That means whether it is a mountain, whether it is a plain, whether it is a low line, everywhere it is entirely a river basin. But watershed, it is only elevated part. It is only the elevated part is the watershed. Now river basin do not make any division. That means the streams which are joining, they don't demarcate the streams to move in a 2 opposite directions. So no division is there. But for the watershed, the rivers are divided into 2 opposite directions. Like Delhi Ridge is a watershed to Indus River and Ganga River. Or we can say Aravali is a watershed for Indus and the river Ganga. Secondly, Western Ghat is a watershed to east flowing peninsular rivers and the west flowing peninsular rivers. Now next, The river basins are large drainage basins, whereas watersheds are the small drainage basins. Okay. Now the second difference that is given over here is for the dendritic and trellis pattern. Now the dendritic and the trellis pattern, dendritic is there for the Himalayan rivers, it is there for the Himalayan rivers, and trellis is there for the peninsular rivers. Dendritic is a branch like structure they form, and trellis they make perpendicular structures. Okay. Dendritic are found in the gorges, V-shaped valleys, plains, whereas trellis is found only in the rift valleys. Where there are rift valleys, we can see the trellis pattern. So these are the 3 points of difference. Now let us move to the third difference, that is radial and the centripetal drainage. The next is there for the radial and centripetal drainage. Radial pattern and centripetal. Now radial and centripetal, what will be the first point? Radial pattern, they originate from the hilly areas. The origin of the radial pattern is from the hilly areas. From the hilly areas. And centripetal, it is towards depressed areas. Towards depressed areas. That means they make lakes in the low-lying areas. Towards depressed areas. That is radial pattern. Secondly, the radial pattern, the water moves in a different direction, moves out. The water of the river moves out, water moves out, and here water moves in. They move towards the water moves inside. That means where there is a low-lying area, the surrounding area from where the rivers are there flowing, they, due to the low-lying area, they move inside that depressed area. So they move inside. Number 3, radial pattern is there for both Himalayan and peninsular drainage. Radial pattern is there for both Himalayan and peninsular drainage. Whereas centripetal is there only for the Himalayan drainage. It is only for the Himalayan drainage. So these are the 3 points of difference between radial and centripetal drainage pattern. Now just let us move to the last difference, that is there for delta and estuary. Delta and estuary. Now what is the structure of the landmass for delta? Number 1, it is a triangular landmass. It is a triangular landmass. And for estuary it is funnel shaped landmass. Funnel shaped landmass. Triangular landmass and funnel shaped landmass. First one. Number 2, deltas are low-lying areas. These are low-lying areas. whereas estuaries are elevated areas. These are elevated areas. Number 3, deposition of sediments is found in deltas. Deposition of sediments are found in the deltas, whereas for the estuary, devoid of deposition. Devoid of deposition. It is devoid of deposition. Number 4, point number 4, difference. Large rivers make delta. Large rivers makes delta, and small rivers make estuaries. Small rivers make estuaries, and deltaic landmass is fertile. Landmass is fertile, whereas estuary is sterile landmass. This one is sterile landmass. So hopefully the difference between delta and estuary is clear to everybody. Now let us move to the next question of the exercise. Write 3 characteristics of the peninsular rivers. It is already written, given in the notes, done. What are the important characteristic features of the North Indian rivers, that means the Himalayan rivers, and how are they different from peninsular rivers? So the difference between Himalayan and peninsular rivers are already been there in your previous classes. So I have completed the exercise questions. Now I am going to plot the rivers which are there in your map pointing syllabus for the chapter. So the 3 important Himalayan rivers which are there in your map pointing. Number 1 is Indus. Number 1 is Indus. So the first part of the Indus, this is the point of Mansarovar Lake, and it moved towards the part of Ladakh, and then it drains out the area of Pakistan, and then it moves into the Arabian Sea. Number 1. Number 2, we are having the most important, that is the tributary of, the most important tributary of river Indus is Satluj, and Satluj originates from here and drains out this part and meets the river Indus. Okay. Next we are having the largest drainage basin of the Himalayan, or for our country, that is Ganga River. The 2 headwaters are there from this part, and then it meets where it is Devprayag, and then it enters Bihar, edges of Jharkhand, West Bengal, then it moves to Bangladesh and drains it out. This is river Ganga. The important tributary of river Ganga is Yamuna, which drains out from here, this part, and meets river Ganga near Allahabad. The last Himalayan river to be plotted out, Sangpo, originating from Tibetan part, moving towards India through Namcha Barwa in Arunachal Pradesh, and then it enters Assam, and meets with Ganga, and then it makes the largest delta. So I have plotted the Himalayan rivers. The first one, this one is Indus, this is Indus, this is Satluj, this is Ganga, this is Yamuna, and Sangpo over here, and this is Brahmaputra. I am just writing the short form because the space is not over here. Okay, so these are the important rivers which are there in your map pointing. Now just we'll move to the peninsular part. Okay, we'll move to the peninsular part. Now the river which are there in your syllabus, number 1, Narmada. It is from the edge of Chhattisgarh. It's drained towards the path of Gujarat and moved to Arabian Sea. Then comes Tapi, which is there from the Betul districts of Madhya Pradesh, and then it moves through Maharashtra and drains towards Arabian Sea. Then comes Mahanadi, which originates from this part of Chhattisgarh, and then it drains out Odisha and makes delta near the mouth. This is Mahanadi. Then comes Godavari, originates from the part of Maharashtra, drains out part of Telangana, moves to Andhra Pradesh, and then it drains out. Then comes part of Krishna, that is below Goa in Karnataka. It is originating and it is draining towards Arabian Sea. And lastly Kaveri, which is there from this Western Ghat region and it moving towards part of nearby that Tamil Nadu region. So first this one is Narmada, then this is Tapi, then comes Mahanadi, this is Mahanadi, this is Godavari, this is Krishna, and lastly Kaveri. This one is Kaveri. So these are the rivers that are there in your map pointing syllabus. So here I have completed the entire plotting of the map, that is the rivers on the map for as per your map pointing syllabus of this chapter. Do the same thing in the map and paste it in your copy. If you are having any doubts, without any hesitation, just mention it in the comment section. And thank you for following my class. Have a nice day.